Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into the science behind something you've probably felt before, the idea that a simple walk in a park can do wonders for your mental health.
Think about it. So many of us live our lives surrounded by concrete, glass, and just this constant hum of activity. And if you've ever felt like it's all a bit much, well, it's not just a feeling. The research actually confirms that this environment has a very real, measurable impact on us.
So let's break that down. The built environment, that's basically everything human-made, right? Roads, skyscrapers, all the lights and sounds that go with them. And yeah, those things are often linked to stress. But then you have the complete opposite, natural environments, which are consistently tied to a sense of calm, quiet, and just feeling restored.
But what if the fix for all this modern-day stress isn't some complicated new gadget, but something, well, ancient and simple? And what if that simple fix is now backed up by some seriously powerful modern evidence?
Turns out, just reconnecting with nature is an incredibly effective tool for our well-being. And this is way more than just escaping the city for a little while. It's about actively tapping into something that seems to be really fundamental to our mental and emotional health.
And the evidence for this? It is incredibly strong. Some of the most powerful findings come from what's called a meta-analysis. You can think of it as the heavyweight champion of research. It works by pooling together the data from a whole bunch of different studies to find a clear, super reliable conclusion. It's the gold standard, really.
So, what does all this high-quality research actually tell us? How, exactly, does a walk among some trees or through a garden actually, change our minds for the better?
Well, the answer is refreshingly direct. This conclusion from a major meta-analysis just puts it right out there. It's not wishy-washy at all, just a clear, evidence-backed statement. Nature walks, they work.
And if we dive a little deeper, the research shows that time spent in nature measurably cuts down on symptoms of anxiety and lessens the signs of depression. That's a huge deal for two of the most common mental health challenges people face today.
But beyond that, nature actually helps us with emotional regulation. It's like it gives us this space to decompress and hit the reset button, which in turn helps us get a better handle on our stress responses. It's almost like a training ground for building up our mental resilience.
And just look at the scale of this. A massive study spanning 18 different countries found that people who regularly visited green spaces reported higher well-being, less mental distress, and were even less likely to need medication for depression. That is not some small, isolated finding. That's a global pattern.
And here is the really great news. You don't need to book a flight to some remote national park or hike deep into the wilderness to get these incredible benefits.
The real magic here is how accessible this all is. The research points again and again to the value of the green spaces right in our own communities. The city parks, the botanical gardens, even just a tree-lined street in your neighborhood. For example, a beautifully managed public space like Longwood Gardens is a perfect real-world example of an environment designed to give you exactly the kind of restorative experiences the research is talking about. And it's not just about the walking either. It's about engaging all your senses. These kinds of places often have a whole range of things you can do, from checking out seasonal flower displays and festive pumpkin patches to watching a little model railway weave through the plants. It's all about active, mindful engagement with the natural world. So when you step back and look at all this evidence, it really points to a remarkable conclusion. One of the absolute best tools for boosting our mental and emotional health is also one of the simplest.
So next time you're feeling overwhelmed by the deadlines, the noise, and just the pressures of our built-up world, remember that the research offers a clear, scientifically backed path forward.
Improving our mental health doesn't have to be expensive or complicated. It can be free, it is definitely accessible, and for a lot of us, it's just a few steps away.
So, with all that in mind, the only real question left is the one you see right here.